Stormrunner is an Intamin Accelerator coaster located at Hersheypark in Pennsylvania. The ride opened in 2004 and has been a fan favorite at the park ever since. Today I will be recreating the coaster in Planet Coaster, and as well as designing the coaster if it were built in 2022, inspired by Elite Coasters with what he does in No Limits 2. Make sure to go check out his channel. The first step was to recreate Stormrunner itself in Planet Coaster. I think I did a pretty good job of this, and I also recreated the station and some of the buildings down in the river side. Because you can't do a ton in Planet Coaster with switch tracks and stuff, I wasn't able to create the double loading station, but I created a fake station that would make it look like there is a switch track and actually a double station for the ride. After the recreation was complete, it's time to modify the ride. First of all, I replaced the trains with the vector trains in Planet Coaster, which are pretty much the mock launch coaster trains, but they're the closest thing you can get to the Intamin over-the-shoulder lap bar trains found on Velocicoaster and Pantheon. I also ditched the hydraulic launch in favor of an LSM launch, as most new Intamin launch coasters have that. I wanted the top hat to remain relatively similar, but I added a holding brake at the top at first to see if it would work, and turns out it didn't. The rest of the ride was pretty slow going through it, and so I ditched the holding brake in favor of just a beyond vertical drop at around 95 degrees. Nothing else really changed with the top hat, but going down onto the drop, instead of going straight into the first inversion, which is a really weird Cobra loop, I decided to have a bunny airtime hill in for my next element. At first I experimented with a half non-inverting loop, where at the top it would go into an outer bank turn before twisting out and going into the next element. This plan did not end up working, as it was way too forceful, so I decided to do with something similar, but instead of going into an outer bank turn, it would do more of a wave turn at the top, so it wouldn't have to bank heavily on the descent. After that, I decided to keep the flying snake dive since it's such a popular element on the ride, and there's really nothing that needs to be changed about it. And after that, you dive down back towards the river, with a few S-curves. These remain relatively unchanged, but at the end of the ride, instead of having an S-curve up into the brake run, I decided to add a 0G roll to spice it up, before going right into the brake run. If you enjoyed, then make sure to like and subscribe, as I'm ever so slightly getting closer to my goal of 750 subscribers by the end of the year. Anyways, enjoy the cinematics and POV.